Hey guys! This is Flirty, Dirty, and Bookish. Welcome to the dark side.
Listen if you dare.
Alright guys, so it's officially the last episode of Devil's Night.
I'm so sad that it's over, but I'm so excited for our next series.
Me too, I'm really excited for the next series.
It's Black Hallows by G. Wright, and it's so underrated. You guys have to go and read it. It's so good.
It's amazing, absolutely.
I think it truly is my favorite series.
Yeah, like there's not a lot of things for me that top Devil's Night, but Black Hallows is one of them.
Yeah. And then Brayshaw's a close second. Boys of Brayshaw.
Oh,
Close
another
second.
underrated one that's also not her most popular
I
series
know.
either.
I know. Anything G. Wright writes, I love.
Yeah. Alright guys, so it's Fire Night. So this takes place like 9 years after the end of Nightfall. So this is a novella, and in this novella you get Michael's POV, Kai's POV, Damon's POV, Will's POV, but you also get Madden's POV, and Madden is Kai and Banks's oldest child. He was in Nightfall.
Yeah, and she was pregnant with him.
In Killswitch.
Yeah.
At the end of it, you find out she's pregnant with him, The key participants in Fire Night are Michael and Rika, and then their children Athos, which is the girl which is the girl that they adopted in Nightfall, and then Rika is currently pregnant with their son Aaron. And then Kai and Banks and their children Madden and Jet. Jet is their daughter. And then there's Damon and Winter and their children.
School of Children.
Oh, here we go. Hey, Iverson, Gunnar, Fane, Dag, and finally Damon got a girl, Octavia. That's why they have 5 kids, because he wouldn't stop until he got one. Thank God for Winter. It finally happened.
No, seriously though, like, I'm sorry if I was her, I'd be like, no thanks.
No. I love that they named one of their kids Fane.
Okay, so here's a side note. So Damon was the one that gave Emery the keys to the Carfax room.
We did not discuss that in our Nightfall episode.
No, we didn't. But now we will. Well, how did Damon get the key to the Carfax room? It was actually Schrader Fane, Erica's dad. He gave him the key because he knew all about him, knew what was going on. He was in, Damon was in Schrader's will. It was included in there. So, Schrader Fane gave him the key to the Carfax room, and that is why he named one of his kids Fane.
And then there's Will and Emery and their children, Indy, William, and Finn. So they have 2 girls, 1 boy.
And she didn't give him a Will Grayson the 4th.
No.
She gave him a William Grayson the 2nd.
Yeah.
Which I believe is probably either named after his grandfather or him starting his own legacy apart from it. But there's nothing wrong with his family, so I don't know why I didn't give him the 4th.
I think it's because he has his grandfather's full middle name. So maybe he's like directly the second of the grandfather because it's the exact same name. I don't know.
No, so is Will's.
Oh, is Will also Aaron Payne?
Yeah.
Well, then I don't fucking know. That
I don't
doesn't
get
make any sense. Anyway, so the main plot points are that Fire Night is this new Thunder Bay tradition. It happens just before Christmas, and everyone turns all their lights off and only use things that like come from a flame. So candles, fires, lanterns, that kind of stuff. And Michael and Rika host this like huge party every year. Unfortunately, Misha, Ryan, Alex, and Aiden were all unable to attend this year.
I just wanted to know Misha and Ryan's kids.
I know, and I wanted to see where Alex and Aiden were at.
Yeah.
Like, I just wanted...
Why could they have fucking been there? I don't get it.
I don't understand. Whatever. Too much? I don't know. Anyway, so it starts off in Kai's POV, and you meet Kai's kids, Jed and Madden, and see where him and Banks are at. And they're getting ready for the party at Kai's parents' house, and then they decide to walk to Michael and Rika's. When they get there, Kai spots Damon's daughter, Octavia, hanging off the second floor railing. That girl is her father's daughter. She ends up slipping, and Kai catches her, and then him and Damon get into a fight over whether or not fear and caution, all this. They all raise their kids so freaking differently.
Damon is, they'll figure it out, and Kai is like, you need to teach them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's pros and cons of both.
There is. They each have their own ways, and you knew it reading their own books what kind of parents they'd all be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, we end up finding out that Rika is finally now actually pregnant, because obviously they adopted Athos, but this is the first time that
she had a really hard time.
Yeah. And then we learn that every year during Fire Night, the kids end up going to this like lockdown at the movie theater, while the parents like have fun and everything. The lockdown only lasts till midnight. And then Octavia doesn't want to go this year, which means Madden won't go either. So Madden like has a soft spot for Octavia.
Madden and Octavia's relationship is what Damon and Banks is what would be if it was healthy.
Yes. Yeah. He'll do anything she wants him to do. Like, she follows him around and like idolizes him, and he follows her around and like protects her.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we also learned that on Fire Night you make a wish on like a leaf, and then you toss it into the fire. And then we also see Athos, who was adopted by Michael and Rika after Nightfall. She's now a teenager. And then Kai ends up like going off somewhere to screw Banks, and while they're screwing in this like stairwell or wherever the hell they were, they hear screaming. And then it jumps to Damon's POV. And this takes place at the same time as what was going on with Kai. And Damon finally has a conversation with his and Rika's mom and realizes maybe he could love her one day, and then they dance together, and it's really cute.
Well, she also admitted that she would buy him presents every year and
For
had
birthdays
them
and
wrapped
Christmases.
and would put it in their
Yeah.
attic, and she gives him presents, but then she also gives the kids those presents as well, because
Yeah, she's like,
she
do you
would buy
remember
him
the first teddy bear I ever gave Iverson? And he's like, yeah. She's like, well, I bought that for you originally. So
Yeah.
every gift or not every gift, but a lot of gifts that
she's not giving
the kids,
Damon a train.
Yeah, a lot of the gifts she'd given the kids over the years were gifts that she'd originally bought for Damon, but there's one gift that she like refused to give to the kids and would always be for him, and she's like, it's under the tree. She's like, you can open it when I leave, or you can never open it at all, but it's yours. And then
I think it was a diary, to be honest.
Yeah, and then he ends up like dancing with her, and it's like a whole thing, and it's really cute.
10 years later, he finally...
And, yeah.
He
finally figures out that maybe he could love his mother. And then he gets all in his head because he's like, she's actually a really good person, but like, she'd let me down. And he's like, what if my kids end up hating me for something I do one day? And he's all freaked out. So then he goes to talk to Winter, and she like reassures him that like he's a good dad and his kids love him and it's all okay. And then
Damon turned into a softie.
Yeah, he really did. And then they start screwing, but then they hear a scream.
Basically, they're all fucking.
Yeah,
all
but
of
then
them.
they hear the same scream that Kai and Banks heard. Then it jumps to Will's POV. And Will and Emery are talking about Reverie Cross, and Emery asks if Will's grandfather killed her.
10 years later? Like, hello?
Like, do you think your grandfather killed her? And Will's like, I don't know, I've never asked. And he's like, and I never will. Like, I don't want to know.
Why?
I don't know. He doesn't want to know. I guess he doesn't want to think about his grandfather the murderer. I don't know. Maybe he's scared to find out what really happened. I don't know. And then they end up going to the house because Will has convinced her for them to go screw. So they're walking into the house, and Emery almost trips. And the scream that everyone heard was Emery's scream because there's a dead body lying in the hallway.
Uh-oh.
So then everyone like comes running at them, and like they realize that Madden and Octavia are missing. They end up checking the security cameras and they see that it was Ilya. If you remember him from Hideaway, he was like Banks's friend in the beginning of the book, and then he worked for Damon and Banks's dad.
And he
then
tried to like sexually assault her.
Yeah,
and then
he turned out to be an asshole.
Yeah, and then he just disappeared.
Yeah, Banks like fired him and kicked him out of the state.
So,
like
12 years later, he's back.
Yeah, but he's not alone. No. Because it's not just him. He also has Taylor.
How the fuck did Taylor get out of Black Church?
I don't know. They're just both there. And Damon's like, how the fuck do these two even know each other? And Will's like, in his head, he's like, I don't know. Maybe there's a Facebook group for people that hate us. Like, how the hell did they find each other?
Like, is Michael's dad still in Black Church? Like, we don't fucking know.
I don't know. Did Taylor kill him?
Was Ilya in Black Church and that's where he disappeared to and they escaped?
I don't know.
We'll never know.
But he disappeared before Will went to Black Church, so he would have been in Black Church with Will.
I have no idea what's going on.
Who the hell knows, man? Anyway, so they end up tracking Taylor down, and because they find him, he's in his SUV, which he had crashed. But when they get over to the car, they realize the kids and Ilya aren't there.
But Taylor's there.
And Will's like in Taylor's, like trying to get in Taylor's face to be like, where the hell are they? And he takes one look at his face and he's like, oh my god, what happened to you? And he's like disgusted because Taylor has an eyeball hanging out of the socket. And he's like, what the hell happened here? And Taylor's like, that kid's fucking crazy. He killed Gibson. So
who the fuck is Gibson?
That's what Will's thinking in his head. That was the other random man that was dead in the hallway. So Madden's the one that killed the person in the hallway.
Well, that's what we're making.
Well, we're assuming, or Octavia.
You never know. With their fucking parents, you never know.
And one of them gouged Taylor's eyeball out. So then Will is like, now he's gotten over the grotesqueness, and he like starts like pressing to like, he's like, I'm gonna take your other eye if you don't tell me where the kids have gone to. And he's like, they're at the marina. Like, don't take my other eye. So they end up like calling, I think it was Lev and David, and they're like, hey, take him to the 12th floor. So they're taking him to that mysterious 12th floor at the frickin' Delcor, wherever the hell they're taking him, because now if he survives having his eye gouged out, they want to be able to keep him under their control forever and not send him to Black Church where apparently he can just get out. And then they head off to the marina.
So Will was with Banks and
Emery and
Kai.
Yeah.
And so now we're in Michael's POV. Now Damon said Banks texted the kids are at the marina. So they all get to the marina and everyone's freaking out and Rika's like trying to get out of the car and Michael's like, no, I've waited too long to see me and you walk around in a person. You need to stay here and like protect our son. And this is also where we learned that like Athos' mom had dumped her off at a babysitter's and never came back, and then she never knew her dad. So it was just like the backstory of like how she became to be this 8-year-old homeless kid running around.
So freaking sad.
Yeah. They all go down and there's the guy that works at like the docks or whatever. And he says that a few lads earlier came in from Pitham on a speedboat. So Pitham, again, is their yacht that the Christs own. And he's like, what? No, Pitham is docked in the Keys for the winter, like the Florida Keys, and it's not here. And he goes, no, it's floating a mile out sea. So how the fuck Ilya, Taylor, and this random Gibson's man found fucking Pitham in Florida and brought it back to Thunder Bay?
They're not even stalking them like the psychos they are.
Who fucking knows? Anyways, the guys also have a speedboat, and Damon had the keys, so they all get onto the speedboat. Michael actually goes back to get Rika because when they got married, he agreed to do everything as one, so he couldn't leave her. So then Emery was like, what the hell happened at the house? And in the car, his eye was torn out. And Michael's like, whose eye? And Banks said, the car we saw on the cameras crashed near Old Point Road, Dinescu, was in bad shape. but then that just leaves Ilya. He wouldn't be able to carry Tavy, that's what they call Octavia, and Mads. But then Kai says if he had Octavia, Mads would just follow, like knowing, like going to like protect her. So they're on the boat. They're on the speedboat going out to Pitham, and they see the other speedboat that the other guys would have to take to get to the yacht, just floating in the water. And so Kai like turns the boat, gets closer, and they see a kid with black hair in a black suit, and they see Mads on the boat. So then they get there, and Ilya is just like slumped over the steering wheel, and like Mads and Octavia are holding on to each other, and they won't like separate. And then Banks is like, "Are you okay?" And Mads just goes, "It's not my blood." And Kai's like, "Are you okay? Whose blood is this?" And he just stared at his parents like he was bored. Like, this is like any normal day.
He's Damon's nephew, if I've ever met him.
ASPD. Yeah.
He's gotta.
Yeah.
Of course Kai's kid would get it.
I know. Poor Kai. He'd
like,
be
poor
so
Kai.
worried.
Damon would be so excited. Like, oh my god, he's crazy. I love this kid.
Yeah.
And then there's Kai, like, oh my god, my poor child.
But they are the right parents to have a kid with ASD.
They are.
They would raise him right.
Damon would like feed it, be like, "Ooh, you want to set fire to that person's house? Let's go." Which doesn't help that he's Madden's uncle, because he can't help.
And
slightly.
Octavia's dad, so they've spent a lot of time together.
Exactly.
And so they go and like grab Ilya, and they rip open his jacket, and there's blood coating his shirt, and his blonde hair is sweaty and matted, and there's like holes in his chest.
Holes.
Just holes.
Why does he have holes in his chest?
We don't really know.
What kind of holes?
But his lungs are punctured, so they went really far.
What did? A knife? A fork?
I don't know.
His finger?
I don't know, because they never said
specified.
Anything. Yeah, it just says spotted small holes in blood spilling out. So
I'm assuming it's a pen, because Madden's always drawing. That's what he does to calm himself down.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming he had a pen on him, and he was stabbing Ilya with a pen over and over again.
So far that it punctured his lungs.
I mean, he gouged Taylor's eye out.
And killed that guy at St. Killian's.
He's 11 years old.
Scary. Like, holy fuck.
This is why everyone wants a second gen. Like, everyone wants to just see Madden, like, as an adult.
Yeah. So they get the kids back. They get Ilya to the hospital to save his life so they could probably kill him. But so Madden wouldn't be
a murderer.
A serial killer. He's already killed one person. Yeah. But
and Taylor could be dying too, so
yeah. So then they get all the kids back and they do presents because, Octavia bounced back.
She wants to do presents.
And she's like, "Can we do presents?" Like, yeah, sure. So they all go home, get presents. All the kids are like in bed, and Mads is like in the bathroom or whatever. And he walks out and he walks into Damon.
His uncle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're in Madden's POV now.
Oh shit, yeah. Sorry, we're in Madden's POV. And he walks out and he walks into Damon. And Damon just goes, "I know what you did. If my child is ever in danger, don't hesitate to do it again, understand?" So
Damon basically is like, "Don't do this otherwise, but if my kid's in danger, like,
yeah,
you better believe I'm okay with you doing what you just did." And I think Damon would say the same thing if it was Will's kids or Michael and Rika's too.
Well, exactly. And then he just like asks, he just says like, "Do you have any bad feelings about what happened tonight?" Mads again doesn't answer. He goes, "Yeah, I didn't think so, but if you ever do, come see me." Because Damon is the only one who has actually killed someone like in the Horsemen.
Yes.
So he would be the only one that he could talk to. And so he goes into the room and he sees that Iverson, and they call William Grayson II. They call him 2. So it says Iverson and 2 were on the other side of the room in single beds, and Gunnar was in the bed next to his. And Dag and Fane were in their little nook in the attic, and the girls were next door. So Indy, Finn, Octavia should have been there, but she wasn't. Athos probably has her own room. She's too old.
And Jet,
yeah.
Oh yeah, because they're at Rika and Michael.
Yeah.
So she would have her own room. It's not like they're at some cabin somewhere. Yeah.
No. And he walks over to his bed and he sees that Octavia is underneath.
Do you not think
blankets.
It's so cute that they have it set up that there's a bed for each child?
Yeah.
In each of their houses. It's so cute.
Well, I mean, they're fucking mansions.
And
why wouldn't they?
They're always all together. But it's still cute that, like, okay, this is your room when you're here. Like, you have somewhere to go.
Yeah. And they have a little moment. She says, like, thank you for protecting me. And he's like, I would do whatever. And basically, they just, like, they have a really, like, cute relationship. She knows she's safe with him and everything. And once she falls asleep, he gets out of bed and he is staring out the window. And he sees a key that is hung from the lock on the window and a small scroll of paper tucked inside the chain. And he looks around the room. He's like, who the fuck does this belong to? And he takes the key out and reads it, and it says the chords of the heart need to be touched to be played. Meaning no one is immune to emotion when those chords are pulled. No one. So he closes his eyes, feeling the blood under his nails as he wraps his fingers around the key, and it says, one night soon when everyone's asleep, we'll find that the key unlocks Octavia. We will own the night. So this key is to the Carfax room.
Auntie Emery left it for you, buddy.
Yes. Emery left it for him. So then that is the end of Fire Night and the end of Devil's Night. Why we don't have a second gen beyond me.
Especially the way he says, like, Octavia. We're gonna own that.
I know, I want to know.
That's, like, literally sounds like it's gearing up to, like, a second gen, but she says she's never gonna do one. She hates writing series.
She also says that she regrets writing that chapter in Mad's point of view.
Yeah, because now everyone wants a second gen.
Mm-hmm. Which sucks.
Because she had to make him crazy. Crazy makes you want to read it.
Well, I want to find out what he is like when he's, like, grade 12 and, like, has, like, decisions to make. He's not an 11-year-old and, like, all of these things, and what he's like as a teenager and growing up with Iverson, who's, like, his best friend or whatever, and all of these things. I want to see their version of Devil's Night and their version of the Horsemen and what their kids are like in high school and who's the geek and who's popular and if they're friends or if they hate each other or, like, you know what I mean? The tension's there. And I want one of Will's kids to marry one of Damon's kids.
I know, just for that.
Because Will is the only one who doesn't have blood-related family.
Yeah.
Everyone else is blood-related but Will and Emery. So, like, why can't, like...
Their kids are free game!
Indy can go marry Dag.
Yeah.
Or Gunnar. Or Fane. Or Iverson.
Or Octavia could marry William, too.
Yep. Or the girls can get together.
That could happen, too. I just think it'd be funnier if it was Damon's daughter and Will's son. Because Damon would be like, I know. But at the same time, Will would be like, there's no way my daughter is going anywhere near those psychopaths.
Yep.
Like, oh,
and
no.
Damon would be like, my kids are fine, bro. And he'd be like, no, they're not. They're your kids.
There's no way they could be fine.
No. He'd be like, they were raised by you. What are you talking about? He's gonna be like, oh, rude. He's like, you're lucky in winter.
I really wish.
But then Emery would actually probably be okay with it. Emery in winter would just be sitting there like, guys, what's wrong with this?
It's fine.
Just let them be together.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we're done Devil's Night, we have to do a ranking of the series. We have to do books,
characters, and then couples, because those, I get, for me at least, are very different.
Yeah. So for books, I'll go first. Nightfall is my number 1 out of all the books. Kill Switch was my number 2. Corrupt is my number 3, and then Hideaway was my number 4. Not that I don't love Hideaway. I liked the other ones better.
So mine is Kill Switch first, and then I think it would be Nightfall, followed closely by Hideaway, and then Corrupt. Only
Really?
because Michael kind of pissed me off. And miscommunication, I can't.
That's fair, but I liked the storyline of Corrupt better personally than Hideaway. Because Hideaway just felt like I wanted more of Banks and Kai, and it was so focused on Damon.
Yeah, but I feel like after rereading it, though, I felt differently because you actually do get a lot of Banks and Kai. More than, like, you think that you do. Like, thinking about the book, you think, the plot line is them trying to figure out Damon. But, like, the overarching of the characters all together, you actually do get a lot of Banks and Kai content.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm completely opposite from them. Shocker. My favorite book is Kill Switch, and then Hideaway, and then probably Nightfall, and then Corrupt.
I could see that for you, though.
Yeah. I mean, we're not much different. I feel like Nightfall and Hideaway are, like, tied for second.
Yeah.
Only because of the ending of Nightfall. If it wasn't for how it ended, Nightfall would be below Hideaway, like, bar none, like, obviously. But because of how Senator Grayson shows up and everything like that, like, the whole, like, them all together and everything, that. But there was too much time in Black Church, I think.
I agree. I think that's why it's, like, bottom for me. It was hard to get through a little bit.
Yeah, just, like, wondering, like, where the fuck everyone else is.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I maybe just didn't notice that because Will was my favorite from the beginning. That I was so focused on the fact that this is Will's book that I probably never even just... It just went over my head, and I wanted Nightfall to be my favorite because Will's my favorite. And
Hideaway.
Yeah.
Like, I just love Kai and Banks so much that, like, the book is so good.
Yeah. The entire time in Nightfall, I'm like, where the fuck is Damon? I want Damon.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair. And then, so couples ranking. My number 1 couple is Will and Emery. Number 2 is Damon and Winter. Number 3 is Kai and Banks, and number 4 is Michael and Rika because of the miscommunication between them, and I just wanted to stab Michael a lot.
In Conclave, yeah. For sure. That one would piss me off.
Conclave ticked me off.
Conclave pushed down
Michael
and Rika for me.
Yeah.
But mine, surprisingly, even though Damon is my favorite couple is Banks and Kai. And then it's Damon and Winter, and then it's Michael and Rika, and then it's Will and Emery.
Okay, so we're, like, completely opposite here.
Yeah.
I think mine's the exact same as yours, if I'm remembering correctly. My favorite couple's Kai and Banks, and then Winter and Damon, and then Michael and Rika, and then my least favorite, but not actually, but Will and Emery.
Yeah, just because they're, like, lowest doesn't mean it's not good.
No, not at all. Just didn't connect as much.
It just means that we have to rank them, and
Yeah.
that's where they're landing. So then for the female main character ranking, I did Rika as number 1. So I love Rika. Banks is number 2, Emery is number 3, and Winter was number 4.
Are we including Alex in this?
We didn't include Alex in this.
But we can.
Let's do without her and then with her.
So without
'Cause
her...
that'll make a difference.
Yeah. Yeah, so without her, it would be Rika, Banks, Emery, and Winter. But with Alex, it would be Rika, Alex, Banks, Emery, and Winter for me. Rika would stay number 1,
You
but
like
Alex would
more
move...
than Banks?
I really like Alex.
Okay.
You like Alex more than Banks?
I think she's my number one.
You like Michael and Rika better than Will and Emery?
Yeah.
Like,
do. So mine would be Banks, Rika, Alex, Winter, Emery.
Banks and Alex are like so close for me. It's so hard, but I think Banks is first, and then Alex, and then Winter, and then Emery.
you didn't even say Rika.
Sorry, Rika, then Emery. Sorry, Emery.
So Winter's better than Rika for you.
Yes.
Okay. And then male main character ranking, my top, I feel like I've made it obvious, is Will. Actually, it's William Grayson III. Okay. My number 2, very close number 2, I would actually call him a 1.5, a 1.25, if I may, is Damon, and then Michael, and then Kai. I don't know why. Don't ask me. There's just something about Michael, despite how much I want to stab him in the face. But I love him, you know? I think I have problems. And I think we've established this during many episodes so far.
You're gonna be so mad at me for this.
If Will is at the bottom, I'm going to hurt her.
Mine is Damon, Kai, Michael, Will. I kind of like Aiden better than I like Will sometimes.
I can't speak to her anymore.
I just can't.
Podcast over. Friendship.
Not that I didn't like him. I just fucking why did he need to disappear for 2 years? Why did he not need to tell anybody? Spent too much goddamn time in Black Church again, and I was just over it at that point. They're just, yeah. And he's just so fucking mean to Emery there. You couldn't have taught, again, miscommunication, but I don't know. Yeah. Not that, obviously, Nightfall wasn't my least favorite book, but yeah.
I'm never gonna get over what you just said.
I'm sorry.
Are you really?
Okay,
No.
mine would be Damon, Kai, Michael, and then Will.
I can't be friends with either of you anymore.
But we are so opposite. That shouldn't be surprising.
But
for you.
Will should not be
He
at
didn't
the
do much
bottom.
for me.
If anything, he should be above Michael.
No, it started with Michael, so you kind of automatically get that, that for me at least. Because it was my first book. I'm like, oh, I really like it. But Rika, no. So I don't know how that works.
No, I like the leaders. I like the...
It's okay, you can have Will. That's
Yeah,
a good thing.
you can keep him. But just,
We love him, just, you can have him.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys don't deserve him.
And it's not that I don't like Will, trust me.
He danced on a table to make her smile.
I know.
That would be her worst nightmare, though. If
someone did
yeah.
that for her. Yeah.
I mean, me.
For you would love it.
No, I would hate it. I hate attention. But he didn't point out that it was for her. No one knew it was for her, so it's fine.
I don't know. I think that's not. It's a cute moment, but if that was me, I'd cringe. It's not that I hate him. I just don't connect with him as much. I don't know. He just doesn't have enough edge to him.
Yeah, I know. You gotta think about Edge. But, he's better than Kai.
No.
He's better than Michael.
No.
He's better than Damon.
No.
I don't feel like I don't know him as much as I know the other guys.
True. I feel like he was putting on a facade the entire time in Black Church, and 80% of that book was in Black Church. Am I wrong?
No.
I can't answer that question.
Because I'm correct.
No, because like I said, I love Will so much that I blacked out and just read it and was like, Will. And I was just in Will land. And I couldn't honestly tell you. Okay, so I'm the one that can remember every detail of a book, and I will sit there and I will tell it to you. If you ask me about Nightfall, I will just tell you William Grayson III. So I think that could be part of the reason is that I was just so
You have
in
tunnel
love with
vision on
Will
him.
that I have tunnel vision and I can't see anything else, and that's fine.
Yeah.
For me. And I guess I can still love you too, but I can't believe you said that.
But also, thinking about Fire Knight too. Think of them grown up. I like each couple individually, In Fire Night, I like Will the least.
Teach their own opinion. Just have to
And
learn with the
That
with it.
is the beauty of books and having your own opinions, but being able to accept
I think
other
this
people's for theirs.
this is just the first time that me and her are always so far. Me and you have not been this far off before.
I'm surprised Will is your favorite.
Me
Really?
too.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you think my favorite would be?
Damon.
You know what the
No,
funny?
Kai.
You
Or
know
Kai.
what?
Yeah.
When I first read this series, no, Kai would never be my favorite. Kai is my least favorite. But like,
You need to reread this book.
no, I think. But I
Let's see how it keeps
also
swimming.
I read these books before I was friends with either of you. So I think maybe I was in a different headspace. I think because of what was going on with me, I related the most to Will's book out of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why it will always take precedence over the others.
Yeah.
It was the most relatable to me at the time.
Yeah.
And I think that's why he holds such a special place in my heart. And I'm so tunnel vision on that book and what was happening in that book. Because I think I needed a Will
Yeah.
in that moment.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Right.
And does that make sense why Will's my favorite? When you
Yes.
think about it that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, totally. And
Yeah.
different times in everybody's lives.
I think it always
will-
depends on when you read a book.
For sure.
What just happened to you? What's going on in your life currently?
Yeah.
Could completely change it. But I think once you've made that decision and that's who you're with, even when you reread it, it will take you back to that time.
Yeah.
That's literally
And-
like this and with what happened with
Yeah.
like exact same, and now I can't. He's my favorite character. I will
Because
no one
of
could beat
that. Just like Will,
Yes.
I needed a Will
Yes,
in that
I
moment.
get that.
And I think that so for the rest of time, I will be
Yeah.
Team Will because of that. Yes, I think if I had read that prior to what happened or much later to what was going on,
Like now.
like now, Damon would have been my favorite. I still think I would have loved Will more than Kai and Michael just because
Yeah.
love like a little bit of a twisted golden retriever. That's just my vibe. But like I think I would have liked Damon better.
But you like a twisted golden retriever. That's why I think you would like Kai.
I don't
Because that's what he is. That's not Damon.
in my head I don't see no, like usually they aren't my favorites. Like I love them, but they're not my favorites. Usually Damon would be my favorite. Usually I would have picked Damon. And I think I had it if I had read it prior to, or if I had read it right now as my first time, I think I would have said Damon.
Yeah.
But because of when I read it,
yeah, that makes sense.
it's Will, and it will always be Will, and I don't
Yeah,
think it will ever change.
Yeah.
But it's definitely books are like it's not just everyone's own opinion; it's also what's going on with you for sure, because that changes your opinion 100%. You read a book at this time, well, it's gonna be this person. When you read it like 2 years later, now you like this person.
No, for sure. And that's why I think my rankings changed from when I read it 2 years ago to now. I also am further into my reading journey than I was 2 years ago when I read it.
I'm also farther into the dark romance world now too, as well.
Right. Whereas I entered it, like, Devil's Night was probably my, I want to say, like, third, maybe fourth dark romance series that I've read. So then,
It
like,
was also third for me actually,
yeah.
because I read a Mafia series, I read
Well,
Haunting and Hunting, and then I read Devil's Night.
Yeah. My entire reading journey starts with Verity.
I don't know how you do that to yourself, Jen.
And then,
How did you continue to read after that? Not that it's a bad book, people. It's just the ending. Reading slump.
I need to
Hello.
reread that.
and then I did Hunting and Haunting.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
Hunting and Haunting just grabs your attention because it's so talked about.
yes.
Yeah.
And then, honestly, I think it was probably Devil's Night right after that.
Which is funny because I think after I read Hunting and Haunting, I'm sitting there like, could have been like darker. Like I was expecting more darkness. Like I love them. Like I absolutely love those books. I was expecting more dark from it. And then you go and you watch people's things and they're like, don't start with Hunting and Haunting because of Hunting. And I'm like, well, that's where I started. So,
Yeah.
well.
But then I think that's why I like Damon so much, because, like, I was comparing him to Sage Meadows and everything that
That's
was going
fair.
on.
Yeah. that could also be part of it as well. Is that I loved Zayd so much that I don't think the book boyfriend after him couldn't be like him. I like to swap it. I like to switch it up. Like for example, we had just read like all the Lola King stuff prior to me reading a book series by this author Jan Wright. It's a hockey romance. So my like
Puck Boys.
Yeah, I picked the absolute golden
Or is it
retriever.
Fairfield U?
Maybe no, it's Puck Boys. I picked the like golden retriever playboy from that because before that I had picked the psychopath serial killer from Lola King, Ethan Torres. So like I think I always just like I flip-flop. I'm like, okay, I loved the psychopath here, so now I'm gonna love the golden retriever. And
no, mine is always the most psycho.
Well, that's just because that's who you are. Wow. Well, we love you for it. So.
Okay, well, that fully concludes Devil's Night for us. We really hope that you enjoyed listening to these episodes and are really excited for our next series, Black Hallows.
By Jan Wright.
Yes. We are only doing her Black Hallows series for now. I am sure
we will do the others in the future.
Yes.
But Black Hallows is the Roman Empire.
Yes.
And it's also her most underrated series, and it needs to be talked about more.
It needs to.
Like, it has to.
So go and read that before into our next episodes because, as you can tell, there are major spoilers in all of our episodes, and these books have major spoilers for the entire series. So if you have not read them, do not